inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no, real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because mental muscle is necessary for implementing successful business strategies. It's time to learn how to beat your business no matter what life throws at you. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we discuss the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. What up, queens? I'm back. Did you miss me? I missed y'all. I did. I had to take a mini hiatus. It's been a lot of transitions in my life and my business, and I am back and I'm on fire. Not only that, I needed a break. Come on, you guys. I've been going hard for you all for several years now, and I come back to back every single week, and I'm like, you know what? During the summertime, you guys kind of have less downloads anyway. So let me just take a second and a breather to make sure that I'm focused and everything is aligned and move from there. And so, yes, queens, it is. Well, guess what? I am on some other ish, and I'm going to be calling you all to come up to a higher level with me. For those of you that love me because I call you out on your ish and I encourage you to be greater, it's about to get more uncomfortable up in this bitch because I've raised the vibrational level as well. And I'm just taking you guys along the journey with me. Matter of fact, can I tell you thank you? Like, seriously, thank you, because you've been rocking with me for a minute and allowing me to speak into your life. So anywho, let's get it. Let's get it. I am in this place where I'm just like Black women in particular. I know anybody can deal with this, but you know, I'm always talking to my queens. Can we please get into a zone where you are operating from your power and that you start posturing yourself in such a manner that says, oh no, I'm about to create the kind of life that I want, and stop waiting for permission to be great. If there's one thing that I know, and I've been this sister myself, we can do a great job of lowballing ourselves. And we've got all of the reasons in the world. We can say, oh, well, I don't want to take advantage of people. I want to open up doors for other individuals, you know, who need help, who may not necessarily be as financially stable. I mean, we'll rationalize everything. I get it. And you know what? There's a time and there's a season for all of that. But let me tell you a little bit about me, and let's see if you can find yourself in this. I remember, you know, being broke, not having any money, and wishing that someone would have helped me. I just was spending money here for this program, this coach, that coach, and getting nowhere. You know, yeah, did I still learn something from every experience? Sure, I did, because that's the nature of my personality, to get something great out of everything. But I didn't get what I actually put in for. And so there was a time when Google University and YouTube University were my friend, and I was not a person who just listened. I implemented. And when I did finally hit rock bottom, no matter how much I wanted a coach, I couldn't afford one, right? You know, that infamous phrase, there was nowhere, there was no money. So what do? Well, I create programs and stuff like that. And I help other women and say, like, look, I got this program where you can make money in your business. You can learn everything you need to learn, but I'm not going to charge you that much. And why do I do it? Because I want to help someone who was in the position that I was in. But do you also realize that during that time of compassion, and my compassion is still very high for Black women, what was I doing? Helping woman after woman. I was sharpening my craft, sharpening my skill set. And you know what else I was doing? No matter what, I was continuing to invest in myself. And so what ends up happening, and a lot of you all don't experience this because you still kind of waffle around trying to do too many damn things instead of being laser focused. But for those of you that are laser focused and you keep on investing in yourself and you start getting really good and you start seeing the expansion of how much money it is that you have, you also start having a higher level of confidence in who you are and what you are capable of doing. And so, after a while, you can kind of even start looking and saying, well, damn, I am helping people get extraordinary results in their life, but I'm not necessarily getting the level of extraordinary I deserve for the amount of lives that I am impacting. And so as I'm up leveling and I'm investing and I'm growing, guess what I'm expecting my tribe to do too? For you to up level your investment and for you to grow as well, because my knowledge, wisdom, and expertise, it's not staying stagnant. And many of you, that's what you're not even recognizing. How long you've been in the building, how long you've been doing what you're doing, how great your knowledge and your wisdom and your expertise is. And so therefore, you're staying in this place. I talked to a client the other day who hasn't raised her prices in over 7 years. It's like, really? What was the cost of milk 7 years ago? What was the cost of a pack of socks 7 years ago? What was the cost of that value meal that you bought from a fast food restaurant? I mean, I told you guys a long time ago, if nothing more than for, inflation, like raise your rates. But even beyond that, you've raised your expertise. And so what ended up happening for me is as I continue to look at what was going on, you guys have to understand my level of investment in my business, in myself, I'm not shortchanging. It's not like I'm trying to find a cheaper way to go. The higher you want to go, the more you have to invest. And so what ends up happening is that my work ethic evolves, my mindset evolves, my standards evolve. And the people who choose to stay in that place of, oh, well, shit, I got a good deal. And, it's not necessarily costing me that much. And then all of a sudden that becomes more of a turn off than a turn on. And what a lot of you all don't do is you don't give yourself permission to evolve in your business, to feel something different in your business and to say, wait a minute, no, I'm better than this. I'm playing small. I need to raise my rates so that I can make more money. And I'm going to tell you, when you have that mindset where you're out here trying to save the world, you usually will cap yourself out at about $5,000 a month. You will. Some of you will barely make 2,000. You'll fight for that 2,000, or you'll barely cap out at $1,000. And what you have to understand is that eventually you're going to have to raise your vibration and raise your rates in order to get the kind of money you need to make. I had another conversation with a client who was doing, once again, she has this key offer, but she's always trying to do this little extra stuff because she don't have 100% faith in her business yet. And she's trying to take one of her skill sets and make it a side hustle. And when she told me how much she was making, I was like, damn, we don't charge by the hour, but based on what you're doing in your business, yeah, you may have the pride of having a client online, but you get paid more per hour at your fucking job. And at least your job gives your ass benefits. Ladies, you can't just keep doing this because you're at least proud that you're trying to find another way to make some money, because you're able to walk away from your job and bring your half to the family to pay the bills or whatever your scenario is. Listen to me. You have the right and the responsibility. You have the right and the responsibility to create life on your terms. Otherwise, you will deal with the consequences of a subpar, mediocre life. I don't know about you all, but I don't want anything subpar in my life. I don't want my children to experience anything subpar. I want them to be up in this bitch, loving life and realizing that there is a much greater path ahead for them so that they can live an extraordinary life and not go through half of the bullshit that I went through that was unnecessary for me to figure this shit out after I finally got around 40. And so I know you guys are moving and grooving. I know you all are making money in your business. I know the nuggets that I've given you have been great, but stepping into that place where you're the person who makes 5 figures a month, you got to change the way you're thinking. You have to change the way you're presenting yourself. And too many of you are waiting on someone to give you permission. Your audience is never going to give you permission. They're going to keep on getting those good ass results, and you're going to keep on charging them small ass fees until you make the adjustment and say, I'm going to walk in my true worth. Black women have a tendency to charge the least in the industries when it comes to different, products and services that you offer and coaching programs and things of that nature. And I'm just asking you to raise your vibration and say that you want something more. Now, I understand that with me saying all of that, this isn't easy. It isn't easy because it's kind of like, well, how do I do that, August? And I've already built a community and these people are paying me this much. And how do I make that transition and start getting them to pay me this much? And, before I do that, do I need to have a membership site or do I need to have this together? And so you start thinking about all of the peripheral shit and everything other than your expertise and what you bring to the table. And yeah, there is a way to handle these things that would make the transition smoother. But most of you still won't do that because you're like, oh, but what if I do that? If I raise my rates and I lose some of my clients and so on and so forth. So my thing is, I want to help you. I'm leveling up to a whole nother other degree in my business. I'm fast tracking in ways that you guys are going to look and you're going to be like, God damn, but you saw it in me all along. You really did. But I want to pull that thing out of you and I want to see it with you too. So this is what I want you guys to do. I have a free case study for you all. Go to workwithaugust.com, www.workwithaugust.com. That's August with the E, but guess what? If you misspell it like the month, I got that domain too. Just go to workwithaugust.com and opt in, listen to that case study. And if you're feeling me, then get on my calendar and let's talk, because we're not playing small anymore. We've got to be in position in order to be able to make the money that we need in order to facilitate the change that we desire to see in our families, in our communities. And I'm doing it. And I want you to join me for the ride and do it with me. So this is your girl. It feels good to be back. Head on over to workwithaugust.com. Get your gift now while it's fresh in your mind. Put in your best email and I will see you on the other side. Deuces. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in